Hi, my name is Mike Shiro. I'm the National Products Manager for DH Pace Loading Dock Equipment. Today we're going to talk a little bit about vertical dock levelers. Now you'll notice this is unusual in that it doesn't have a conventional pit that it sits in. Instead, it has a shelf or no shelf at all. The reason that this unit is designed to operate this way is so that in a cold storage application, as an example, where you have a warehouse that's cooled, freezer, cooler warehouse, we want to be able to close our overhead door down tightly against the floor without it sitting on a dock leveler and having losses of cooling and heat radiating from outside into the building. The neat thing about this vertical leveler is it allows us to have a concrete shelf, have it stored vertically out of our way, close our door down, and get a complete seal across the bottom of the door, no energy losses whatsoever. Now that's the main difference between a vertical leveler and a regular pit leveler. Beyond that, the vertical leveler has a lot of similarities to a pit in that the width and the length options are about the same. The minimum capacity on one of these is 40,000 pound, which is a little different from typically these are used more in a high usage environment, and for that reason they're not made in less than 40,000 for the most part. 40, 45, 50 is very typical of these units. 6, 6.5, 7 foot wide, everywhere from 5 foot, which is a little unusual, up to 8 foot in length for the actual length of the leveler. Various lip lengths are available as well, depending upon your application. 18 would be the most common for a cold storage application. 20 is also an option. Now you'll notice that this one also has an interesting seal. You'll understand this better as we raise and lower this unit. But it has a very effective hinged seal across the front of it, which drops down and closes into position to seal out during usage cold air from escaping or hot air from coming into the building. So truly it creates an airtight seal all the way around the leveler. Once again, fully hydraulic with a remotely located power unit. Unlike a pit leveler, the power unit is not located on the system itself. It will be remote either on a wall next to the unit or somewhere in an out-of-the-way place where it can be easily maintained and gotten to should it need to. This provides for a completely clear and open pit for the purpose of being able to get into these USDA-inspected facilities, hosing out, steam cleaning these things, getting all the gunk and dirt out of them. Truly nothing under here except for wide open spaces. Now, typically, there will be an access panel in the bottom of the pit if indeed you're using a truck restraining device such as this. This raises out and allows you to access all of the hydraulics and so forth. If you don't utilize a truck restraining device of this type, you'll simply have a finished floor like any other normal pit floor. Now, I'm going to operate this unit for you and let you see how it works. By pushing the button, I'm going to lower the unit into place. Now you'll notice that if I take my finger inadvertently off of this button, the unit will alarm, telling me that there's some kind of a terrible problem. Stop everything, figure out what's happened. Now there's no truck in place here, obviously, so we're going to have to use our imagination to some extent to see how this works, but this lip would be laying nicely in the trailer. As you can see, the seal has given us a tight seal all the way across the bottom of the unit for a really great envelope to keep out the bad things and keep in the good things. Truck pulls away or truck is ready to depart. We're finished completely with our process. We simply walk up, press the raise button, the unit will now come back into place and store itself for the next opportunity. Now, I'm manipulating the lip now just by showing you how it operates. Another neat feature of this system is that we have full control over the lip both in and out. That's unusual. So we can completely tell this lip when to go out, when to go down, have total access over the full operation of the system. Pretty cool. Now there's one awesome benefit to having a vertical leveler that we haven't talked about yet. We talked about the most important one, the idea that this is for cold storage applications, and it does what no other leveler can do by providing a good sealed environment. But something else that it does is it completely protects your overhead door from ever being damaged or ever being hit. This unit's in the fully stored position vertically. Your door is out here. No way to get to the door. Nowhere to get anything past that unit. It's very substantial in that position, in the stored position. Now you'll notice that there's also, for maintenance purposes on here, a maintenance lock. A very strong safety strut here. We simply slide that clevis through, and this unit now is prevented from operating or moving, even though we would have at this point turned it off, secured it, and so forth. Still not going to go down. And this is for purposes of getting in here and just cleaning this thing out and all that, and also maintaining it. This is a great feature to have. So, the vertical leveler is pretty simple. It is hydraulic, and you have to consider the idea that with hydraulics, there's always an opportunity for some type of leakage and so forth. But it is minimized with this type of unit because there's not a lot of things going on. It's about as simplified as we can possibly make it. All right, and with that, we'll look forward to seeing your next facility equipped with a vertical dock leveler. Thank you.